What if you could create more kindness in the world just by being you? Everyone has the potential to create and receive more kindness. What if kindness is more than being nice and compassionate to others? Have you ever considered what having more kindness for you could create in your life? Get ready to learn how the energy of kindness is integral to reducing stress in your life and how it can assist in healing your body. Now, here is the host of Cultivating Kindness with Karen, facilitator of healing, Karen Leslie.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for being here with me. We have a lot of fun things to talk about. I mean, we're all about fun in today's show. And as I'm talking, I'm watching my earrings. Yeah, they're kind of just swaying around, moving all over the place. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to be entertained during today's show. So hopefully you will be as well. And maybe it's going to be my earrings that are going to entertain you. We'll find out. But we have lots to talk about today. And it's all, as I said, around fun. What if you could be guided by the energy of fun? What if you could work with the energy of fun every moment of your day? Well, that's where we're going to go exploring today, right? Let fun be your guide. Now, this may sound like a totally cockeyed way of looking at life. I'm sure nobody has said to you, hey, a really good way to plan your life is to let fun be your guide. That was certainly, absolutely not the way I was brought up. Most of us are brought up being told to be practical, sensible, pragmatic. Let those be the energies or the way of thinking to guide you. We don't value the energy of fun really at all. And if we were to, share with people that, I just allow fun to lead my way every day. I allow fun to be the guide in my business and all of my different ventures. I mean, they would think that we are foolhardy and reckless. They would think, come on, be practical, get yourself grounded. Especially for someone who works in energy work, people will say that to us all the time. Well, just get yourself grounded. They have this misconception that if we're following an energy like fun, or we're following something that's more lighthearted, that we're not in our bodies, that we're not being grounded, and that we're being led astray in some way or some fashion, which, to be honest, from my perspective, is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So we're going to look at this. We're going to talk about fun from many different perspectives. And so at the end, balderdash is what's written in the comments. Absolutely, balderdash. I love that. And so as we go through the show, we're going to say, okay, so, what aspects of this can actually be a real contribution to you? And sure, maybe there's going to be some times when it might not be such a good idea. However, having said that, if you're working with following the energy of fun in a way that is a contribution to you, then it will not be a bad idea to follow it. You will not get yourself caught in a situation with a bad outcome. You will not find yourself in a place of harm or detriment to you or your business or your family. Truly. So stay tuned as we go through all of these different aspects of this in today's show. And I'm hoping, it is my desire that at the end of today's episode on Cultivating Kindness with Karen, that you will have a very different perspective on what it could mean for you to allow the energy of fun be your guide, to allow different aspects of you to tune into or be attuned to the energy of fun and what that can do for you in a way of guiding directions, guiding creativity, guiding different choices, guiding what you wear. As those of you who know, right, I always ask my body, hey, what would you like to wear today? And before every episode of Cultivating Kindness with Karen, I also say, okay, hey, body, what would you like to wear today? And I today, which I don't always do, but today I said, okay, we're talking about fun. And all I saw immediately was these red earrings. And I was talking to Kim before we came live. Kim's my producer today, and said, these earrings I've had since before I was married. So I've been married 42 years. And I don't remember how many years before that I got them. Let's say they're at least 45 years old. So Kim kindly said, oh, they're vintage. I said they were old or antique or something like that. So this whole idea of following the energy of fun can bring out different aspects of yourself that maybe you haven't been aware of. Maybe you've closed it down, or maybe you've never investigated it. And that is so true for so many of us. This whole idea of having fun can be scary, uncomfortable, unnerving. Okay, I'm hearing harmful. Like there can be this whole set of beliefs around having fun that limit us, put us in a space that, to be honest, grows smaller and smaller, tighter and tighter as the years go by. And this I'm saying from my own personal experience. Having had so many decades of severe chronic depression, like deep depression, an anxiety disorder, being suicidal, the OCD didn't help. It did not enable me to have more fun. Like when you wrap all of this all together, and it made my world very small. And because I was so restricted in my belief patterns, and because I was being guided by many people to keep things small, to keep things under control, to not expose myself to something that would make me feel more anxious, or something that could trigger, a memory that was difficult for me to handle. And I followed this advice, then my world just got really tiny, like so small. And there was no room for fun. None. Like I barely had space in my way of thinking to get through my day, let alone look at something like fun that was new, because I had pushed it all away, that was scary, and that meant nothing to me. One of the things my husband would say was, I just want you to be happy. What can I do to help you feel happy? And it was like the word fun. Blank, draw a blank. I was completely disconnected from this. So there was no answer that I could give. There was no suggestions that popped into my head, because I'd closed it all down. Now, obviously, that's changed, or obviously to me anyways. I'm not sure. You guys didn't all know me way back then. Yeah, I was still a nice person and I was okay to hang out with, but I wasn't vibrant. I didn't crack jokes. I didn't laugh very much. I was very on guard as to all of my emotional responses that I would allow people to see. Am I over that 100%? Ooh, my body says no. And you know what? That's exciting. For me to know that I am not at the pinnacle of being Karen who has fun, and Karen who knows what happiness truly is for her, that I'm not there yet, is fabulous, because it means there's so much more for me to look forward to. There's more for me to unpack. And by unpack, I mean beliefs to let go of, ways of thinking that are limiting me. Unpack burdens or traumas that are still around, to free up my way of looking at life, to allow more fun to come into it. And this is what I do for myself all the time. I seriously work on myself in one way or another every single day. How I work on myself will change. The variety is required by me because I don't like getting bored. but also it depends on what's going to surface. What am I ready to work on? We all have so much going on in our lives. Truly, we don't need to go digging to find something to work on. It's right there in front of us if we're willing to see it. Just like this whole world that's full of fun things to do is right there in front of us if we're willing to see it. And then once we see it, are we willing to participate? Are we willing to venture forth and give it a try? Might turn out with us looking pretty silly. That's okay. It might turn out to be one of the best days we've had in quite a while. Well, how cool would that be? And it might be that we go, okay, not doing that again. And that's also okay. This whole idea of trying to create life in a perfect way, well, forget that. Perfect by whose definition? And if you have a definition of what is perfect, then I'm going to challenge you right now to look at this and see whose eyes are you looking through that created this definition of perfect. To me, we should be never using the word perfect. We should never be striving to have something perfect. There should always be room for change, always be room for trying something differently, always be room to have a new or different perspective on something. When you say something's perfect, then you have no space to look at it differently. You have no space to try it out in a different way because it's perfect. Nothing else needs to be done. You just created a new limitation for yourself. You just created a box around what might be fun. Okay. That was a bit of a rant. Okay. It's going to be exciting to see what carries on for the rest of our show together here. You know, when I said I work on myself every day, I was being very sincere. And this is why I've now started referring to myself as an energetic transformational healer, because all of the transformations I have gone through have involved me working with my point of view, my perspective, the energies that are showing themselves to me, and working on healing my mindset, right? How I look at things, or how I'm unwilling to change how I'm looking at something. And then also the cellular structure in my body, healing it, bringing up, raising the vibration of the cells in my physical body as well as my energetic bodies. And in doing all of this and knowing that there's always more available to myself, then I have all this world of fun, exploration, newness, and waiting for me to look at it. Now, I could choose to stop anytime I want. And at times I have. And I thought, okay, this is good. I'm doing well. This is great. But you know what happened? I got bored. Yeah. Even though I was feeling better, I got bored. And when boredom sets in, for me, depression is soon to follow. When I saw this pattern, it encouraged me to keep striving for new, to keep looking within myself and saying, okay, what is ready for me to look at today that I could change, that I could transform, that I could be the healer of how that is showing up for me. And I can be that for you. Together, energetic transformation is possible for every single one of us. And the fun on the other side is waiting for you. Doesn't mean it's going to be fun getting there. It can. It truly can. And it can also be gentle. And it also can have a couple of bumps. But the key is you're never there alone. I will be there supporting, helping, guiding, being that energy of ease that, hey, you got this, like I am for myself. I've got this. And when I have bumps and lumps and things that come along, I have my coaches and the healers I work with as well. None of us are meant to do this alone. Now, what you can do on your own, you can have fun on your own, and you can have fun with others. And we're going to explore a lot more of that in just a couple of minutes, because we're at our first break now already. So thank you for being here on the Inspired Choices Network. Such a fabulous place to hang out. And you're here with myself, Karen Leslie. I would love to hear from you. You can follow me on all the different social media platforms, or if you like, send me an email. Maybe after today's show, after a couple of days, send me an email and say, hey, I tried this, Karen, and it was fun. And you can send that email to karen@karenleslie.ca. And Leslie is spelled Leslie. All right, everyone, don't go away. We'll be back just in a couple of minutes, and we'll continue to watch my earrings fly all around and explore this whole idea of letting fun be our guide. All right, we'll be right back.
We all have different experiences with and definitions of kindness. These experiences and beliefs about kindness have influenced who we are today and how we see the world. The universe is always listening. So what are you telling the universe today? Tune in to Cultivating Kindness with Karen each week as Karen guides you to understanding how each choice you are making is either keeping you stuck or opening up the energy of empowerment for you. Listen to Cultivating Kindness with Karen, Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central Time, 12 p.m. Mountain Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email becomeahost@inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is Cultivating Kindness with Karen. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also send an email to Karen@KarenLeslie.ca. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back. Okay. The idea of having fun be our guide really is a very foreign concept. I mean, it truly is. I touched on it a little bit in our first segment. And one of the reasons I think that this whole idea of having fun be our shining star that we follow, or however you want to phrase it, that sparkling light that sparkle inside you that you feel about something, like that premise on how to conduct our lives is really seen as very foolhardy. Like, it's just not accepted by a very large percentage of the population. And I really hope that will change. I think we need more people recognizing that having fun every day is a major contribution to our life, to our mental health, to our physical health, to our energetic body as well, right? But when I went and looked at the etymology of the word fun, it gave me a little more information as to why the word fun is not utilized in the way I would love it to be. It said it was a diversion, amusement, and a mirthful sport. And I thought, okay, diversion. So if we're to have fun, it means we're not paying attention to something, or we're not doing a task that should be accomplished. We're not following the rules if it's a diversion. And this mirthful sport, I had to look that up. I didn't even know what that word mirthful meant, to be honest. So when I looked it up in the etymology, It was saying it's joyous, gay, and jolly. So if you're having fun, you're participating in a joyful sport. That's categorizing, separating, and segmenting it out so that it's actually not going to be part of your daily life or routine. To play in this gayful way is not going to be accepted all the time, every day. Now, you may love sports and you may be a professional athlete, or you may be very competitive in things you do. But do you have fun in it all the time? The training, the practice, the hours? My guess is not all of it's fun. My guess would be actually that there's not a ton of fun in it. When we are striving for excellence in this manner, or excellence in anything, fun can get just wiped off the board because now it's not relevant. Now we're down to business. Now we need to be serious about this. No room for fun. So to think of fun as being a diversion, or you could use another word, a distraction, I think is doing a disservice to ourselves and to the world at large. When we allow that aspect to come into us, we will have greater health, as I mentioned before, as well. So, how do you combat this? We've got it built into us that we are not to have fun all the time, let alone carve time out of your day to go and have fun. I mean, at school, well, I don't know if this is exactly accurate anymore. My kids are much older and I don't have grandchildren. So my perception of school, the way it used to be, is they took a small chunk out of each day in the mornings and in the afternoons for you to have, quote unquote, fun, for you to be able to play. Yet even there in school, it was structured as to how you were going to be permitted to express your fun. So yes, they were making some allowances for it, but there were also some very strict boundaries put in place. Yes, I do understand a lot of the reasons why. So that makes it even more important from my perspective to have another chunk of time later in the day, outside of your work day or your school day, where you can have fun. However that's going to show up for you. This whole idea of connecting into our bodies and finding out what is fun for us is a little bit of a journey, especially if you haven't been doing this for a period of time, or like me, perhaps not in your recollection of memories. I'm sure I had fun as a little girl. I don't remember them. I really don't. Most of my childhood, when I look back on it, is just a black screen. It's just not there. We're not going to go into reasons why about that today, because we're going to talk about fun. So this whole thing of fun was like, okay, what do I do with this? And then it became very evident I needed to engage my body in this. It wasn't going to work for me to work just from my intellect, to work just from my mind. Because, right, I have all of these thoughts all lined up in a row, just tickety-boo. Okay, this is how we look at the word fun, meaning we don't know what to do with it. So working from my mind was of no help. My only other choice was to work with my body. How do you do that? You know, I was going to say it's very simple, and it is, but some people will find it a little bit of a challenge, and that's okay. If you find it difficult to know what would be fun for your body to do, then the reasons for that struggle are all there for you, but you need to dig a little deeper down below, see what's underneath that belief system or that thought that keeps coming forward. When you dig into there and you bring it up, then you can transmute it, transform it, unearth all of that, to let it go, and you'll gain more insight as to what could be fun for your body and how to connect to your body. Our bodies are brilliant. They have so much wisdom and knowledge, and we tend to ignore it, like just flat out ignore it. Many of us have even got to the place where we ignore some of our body's warning signs. Like when you get anxious or fear sets in, the hairs on the back of our neck will actually still move. You'll still get that tingle or that feeling, but most of us override it and don't recognize it anymore because we've disconnected so much from our body. When we allow ourselves to feel these things, and then when we're sensitive or aware of it, and then ask, okay, so what is this telling me? We open up the gates to so much more information, including what would be fun for your body to do. Now, key, what would be fun for your body to do? I'm not asking my mind, and I'm encouraging you to not ask your mind either. Until we work through all of those belief systems that are very firmly in place, we're not going to get true answers. We're not going to get the truth as to what would be fun for your body. Asking your body yes and no questions is a great place to start. Working with your body for a period of time and consistently is going to be key. Now, you can start as simple as, okay, hey, body, show me what is a yes for you. Now, when I say that, I feel sensations in my upper part of my body, quite often in my throat, often in my chest, but you could feel it in the sole of your left foot. And if that's what you feel, then that's accurate for you. And you can keep asking, okay, body, show me what is a yes. And when you get a good sense of what that yes is, then you can start to work with it. And then go to the no. Hey, body, show me what is a no. When I say that now, I feel almost a physical drop, a bit of a denseness or heaviness in sort of the gut area of my abdomen. Again, it could be your right elbow that starts to have a sensation, and that could be your no, and that's all right as well. Practice it. Work with yes and no questions. Learn what is your yes and what is your no, and you will move forward in so many ways, not just in having fun. But wouldn't that be okay? I can help you with this as well. If you're struggling with it, reach out, let me know, and we can figure this out together. This reconnecting to our body is very, very important. When we're having fun with something, it's all about providing an environment that is nurturing, supportive, engaging, creative. Like the list is endless of these words that these energies that we're able to tap into. It brings us out of the limitations in the box we're used to living in. And from trying new things and changing our perspective, finding what is actually fun and enjoyable, brings you joy, opens up this creative pathway. You may look at a recipe and think, oh, I bet you if I added this or changed this up, that this might taste really good. That would be an expression of what is fun and following the fun for your body. Because you'd be saying, hey, body, would you like me to add in this spice or this ingredient? My body's actually neutral right now. I'm not a very good cook and I follow recipes exactly. So it's like, I'm not sure I'm comfortable answering this. So it's pretty funny on my end of things here. But, you know, I can work with that. I can totally change that. And I can learn to have more fun with cooking. And I wonder what that would add to my life. It would probably make me feel more like I do when I bake. That's fun for me. Body, What would you like to eat? Body, right? What would you like to wear? It opens up that connection to your body, which is connected to your soul. And when we start working more with our soul, our spirit, this energy that we are, then there's so much that comes forward for us. It can be a little overwhelming when you start getting glimpses and ideas of all kinds of different things. And that's okay. You can tone it down. You can work with it. But getting that sense of your inner guidance, that inner knowing, and then experimenting, playing, trying it out. And start small. Start with something that feels a little safer or more comfortable. That's cool. And then see what happens. And then you may be more inclined to try something a little bigger. So when we go for our next break, I would love you to think about different areas in your life that you may be open to having a little more fun with. Or if you're not quite ready for that, start asking your body, show me a no. Hey, body, what's no for you? Practice that for just these couple of minutes while we're on our commercial and see if you can get an awareness or any form of knowing as to how a no or a yes will show up for you. Okay, so don't go away. Play around with that. We'll be back just in a couple of minutes after these short commercials, and we'll carry on talking about fun being your guide.
We all have different experiences with and definitions of kindness. These experiences and beliefs about kindness have influenced who we are today and how we see the world. The universe is always listening. So what are you telling the universe today? Tune in to Cultivating Kindness with Karen each week as Karen guides you to understanding how each choice you are making is either keeping you stuck or opening up the energy of empowerment for you. Listen to Cultivating Kindness with Karen, Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central Time, 12 p.m. Mountain Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
How wonderful would it be to carry your favorite Inspired Choices Network host with you throughout your day? Well, now you can. Inspired Choices Network now has its very own mobile app. Our free app offers live streaming shows, along with thousands of podcasts and TV episodes. Our shows cover a wide variety of topics. Whether you're waking up with us, carrying us through the day, and taking us to bed with you, we're always here for you to enjoy. We're easy to find. Just search for Inspired Choices Network in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
This is Cultivating Kindness with Karen. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also send an email to Karen@KarenLeslie.ca. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back. I'm so glad you're here with me today. For those of you watching on the replay on TV or watching me live right now, you can kind of see that I'm chuckling a little bit here as I'm sitting here during the commercials. Well, Kim's having a bit of fun with me. She's putting in pictures of flamingos and saying flamingo fun and sticking her tongue out at me. And it's making me laugh because it's fun. And, you know, there was a time, which this reminded me, there was a time when, well, I guess you've often seen, or I'm sure you've all seen, somebody's front lawn, right? Covered in all kinds of pink flamingos because they're celebrating something, often the birth of a baby or somebody's, birthday that ends with a 0 or maybe a 5, something like that. And, you know, I used to look at those and go, what are they thinking? And because I was not in a space where I could publicly do something like that. I would be way too worried about the judgment. So my fear of putting 40 flamingos on my front lawn or whatever it might have been prevented me from enjoying the fun that was on that person's front lawn. That is how small your box can get when you don't allow the energy of fun ladybugs now, to be there with you. Now I look at those, and I have for a number of years looked at them and go, oh, cool. They've just had a baby. Wow. Or wow, they've got a really cool birthday, or they're celebrating, or whatever it might be. But I can pick up now on the energy of fun. I can tap into that. I can share it with them, even if I don't know them and never speak to them, but I can participate and receive the fun that they are doing, that they are sharing, that they are celebrating. So by allowing myself to be more open to the energy of fun, something as simple as that has added so much to my life. The fears and the judgment and the worry of criticism, it starts to melt away. And in that place comes this enjoyment. And sometimes it catches you off guard. There's been times where I just laughed and I'm like, oh, what caused that? Because I didn't even know, because it was so instantaneous with my body. And then I have to go, okay, what just happened? And then I can laugh again. The energy of fun is there to guide you and bring more into your life if you're willing to receive it, like flamingos. The cards I pulled when I was looking at this show a couple of weeks ago, it was interesting. The two cards from the Keepers of the Light deck, the two cards that came out that from different parts of the deck are what's called twin flames from the perspective of the author, Kyle Gray, of this deck. So I knew I was really onto something when these two cards came together. And what they were talking about was allowing your light to shine, letting your inner guidance come through. Well, your inner guidance, if you let it will show you the energy of fun. Your inner guidance doesn't need to only arrive when you have an important decision to make. Should I do this? Should I take that job? Should I look at trying something new? Can I spend the money on this? Like, your inner guidance, yes, it's there for all of those practical everyday things. And it's also there for the practical application of fun. And I am saying that fun has a practical application because it heals your body. It heals the cells and your energetic fields of your body. It helps to heal your thought processes and those chemical responses that come through with every thought. It shifts them, changes them, and creates them in a way that's a greater contribution to you. So yes, fun is practical. Fun is healthy. And fun so needs to be part of us. Now, if you can't bring fun into your life every day, no problem. What can you do? Where can you work with it? And then the more you start to enjoy it, the more you start to be in that energy, it's going to creep in more and more, and in different areas, different aspects. And then it will be with you every day. Right? How much fun could you have if you start to light up the world? How much fun could you have if you just start to light up your own day by listening to your inner voice, by listening to that yes or that no that you've worked on establishing and trusting, right? The other card was talking about that we can connect into these energies and learn to trust them, and trust that these energies will lead us into others that would not have been available if we hadn't A, listen to the inner voice, B, learn to trust it, and then C, allow it to expand. Right? It will bring more into your life, and it will give you greater understanding of so much. Greater understanding as to how your thought processes have been working in the past and how you can work with them and change them to create more for the next moment, the next day, the next year, whatever you want. Working with this energy gives you a greater understanding of who you are. What do you really like? What do you not like, right? If your world is very small and fun is not a part of it, and it's getting smaller and smaller, as I referred to earlier in the show, you lose the ability to understand and know who you are. Your parameters for looking at yourself become very rigid, very set in stone, very limiting. And that shuts down your inner voice, your inner knowing. There's no room for that expansion because it's uncomfortable, or it might be viewed as dangerous, or so much judgment will come in that you couldn't handle it. I know that. I know that that is a fact, that that is a part of many people's lives because it was part of mine. When we can understand different aspects of ourselves and different energies, well, just think about what that can do for you. How many doors could that open up? Maybe doors you've had locked and bolted and held firmly in place for a long time. What was on that other side that you were so afraid of? I bet you don't even really know anymore. Your ideas on what's on the other side now have been so transformed in the wrong way. They've been so locked up with the same words over and over and over again that we've lost touch with the true energy that started it all. And we've bought in a way as to how it is, how it will always be, and that keeps us really stuck. When we can grant ourselves just a tiny shift in our perspective, just as much like sitting here looking forward at you versus just shifting slightly, and I see my screen in a different way. I know I can come back, and I know I can check it out again from a different angle. The freedom that will bring to you and to the cells of your body, to be honest, is something that you can't even imagine or measure in this moment. To believe I would be sitting here doing a live podcast, wearing red earrings that I bought when I was in university. Back then, I allowed a little bit more of that fun for a short time before the anorexia and a number of other things really took hold. To sit here thinking at 65, I am having red earrings that are bobbling all over the place, I would never have imagined that. Yet it's fun. It's fun for me. And that's all that matters. I don't need to be here entertaining you with them. If you think they're fun, cool, I'm glad. But if you don't, that's not a problem. My body is encouraging me to do things for it and to wear things that make me feel good. How many days a week do you do that? How many days in a month do you wear something that lights you up? And I don't mean go into, well, this is comfortable. I love this. It's a comfortable sweater. Yes, our clothing, we want it to be comfortable. But are you using comfortable to avoid fun? Are you using comfortable to avoid judgments or criticisms? Is comfortable a way to stay safe? If it is, then reach out. I so strongly encourage you to get past being comfortable as a way of staying safe. Yeah, we don't like discomfort. I get that. But what's on the other side is amazing. And as you go over small hurdles and they become easy and you think, oh, I can do this actually with a certain level of comfort I didn't know I could achieve. Then if a hurdle that's a little larger shows up, you're going to be in a better space and a better perspective to look at it and to get over it with more ease than you would have days, weeks, years ago. And this is all bringing you closer to that energy of fun and allowing it to be your guide. We are at our third break already. So when we come back, I will do my very best to wrap all of this up and look at this whole idea of letting the energy of fun be our guides and what it can do for us and where we can land, maybe even tomorrow, depending on the choices you make now. So don't go away. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. And so think about, are you a little more open to bringing more fun into your life? We'll find out when we come back after these breaks. Thanks, everyone.
We all have different experiences with and definitions of kindness. These experiences and beliefs about kindness have influenced who we are today and how we see the world. The universe is always listening. So what are you telling the universe today? Tune in to Cultivating Kindness with Karen each week as Karen guides you to understanding how each choice you are making is either keeping you stuck or opening up the energy of empowerment for you. Listen to Cultivating Kindness with Karen, Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central Time, 12 p.m. Mountain Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. This is Cultivating Kindness with Karen. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also send an email to Karen@KarenLeslie.ca. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back, everybody. The cells in my body are so, well, they're just having fun. They're so lit up right now. Yeah, there's the flamingos again. This just talking about fun, talking about connecting into your inner wisdom and into the cells of your body and your energetics. It lights my body up. It makes everything around me and within me feel happier, more alive, more engaged, more connected. This, at the very beginning, the very start of the show, I talked about being grounded and the connection and all that points with it. You know, if you just joined, please go back and listen from the beginning. This whole idea of how we need to be in our bodies to be functional, to be correct. There's a lot of misconceptions. There's a lot of what I would say of incorrect information out there. Being alive in your body, having that energy of fun be with you, is a tremendous guide as to how you can look at something, what you can do, how you can change things. Like this energy of fun, it brings creativity. It brings a change in your relationships, your own and with others. It changes and influences the hormones in your body, your whole way of being, your outlook. How you wake up in the morning will shift. There is no area of your life that will not benefit by allowing even a small portion of the energy of fun to be your guide. Working with your body, working with your inner knowing, trusting, right? Experiment, work with it so you can trust it. It will not lead you astray. It will only open up and bring more to you. So what would that mean to you? If you could have more fun during your day, even for moments or minutes, what do you think that would contribute to you? What do you think that could contribute to a task that you have to do or are currently doing? If fun was not a diversion, as we learned earlier, if fun was necessary in order to complete things, in order to create and finish up, what would change in your world? I know so much would change in mine if I was to continue to work with this energy more, and I will. The way I feel here with you now, with you listening and picking up on your energies, is the confirmation for me that this is an energy that my body wishes to follow more. That the energy of fun is guiding me in a way that works for me, that is adding to my life. It's not distracting me. Sure, I stumbled on a couple of words. That's partly spirit talking to me and the energy I'm sitting in with all of you. It doesn't bother me. It's not a problem. If anything, it actually just brings a smile to my face. Because the judgment, the concern, all of that, it's not weighing on me because I'm not carrying it anymore. I am carrying a seeking energy of what else can be fun that I can add to my life. How else can fun show up for me in my personal life, in my business, in my shows, in what I choose to wear? When you go shopping and you need a new something, you need a new pair of shoes, you need winter boots. We're coming into winter here in Canada. Yes, you want them warm. Yes, you want a good grip on them. But could they also be fun? If you've never looked at them that way, try it. See what happens. You don't have to buy, something that's making you feel uncomfortable right now. But look, at least allow yourself permission to look. You don't even have to try it on. But entertain that energy of fun just for a moment. Introduce it to your body in a new way. Introduce fun to your body in a new way. There's your homework. I don't really give you guys homework. I don't even use that word. People will call it home play. I don't really care what you call it. Introduce the energy of fun to you and your body in a new way as we go through this upcoming week. What will it bring to you? I really hope you do this. It's so important and it's so life-giving and extends our life in a joyful way. Now, before I forget and I run out of time, next week we're going to be talking about childhood games and how they shape adulthood. Fun just may come back into that again. We'll have to see what comes through that I talk about next week. But who we are as children, how we played, how we didn't play, it shapes our adulthood. And anything that's there now that we're not enjoying, we can change, such as adding more fun into your day as you go along now and every day forward. There is so much information here. Please go back and listen to this show again. Maybe take some notes, some ideas on how to find your yes and your no. Play. Allow fun in. Bring more to your life, and then your life will be able to bring more to you. And as always, if you're feeling stuck, call in waves of kindness. Bring that energy to you to assist you. Ask waves of kindness to show you something that would be fun for you and your body. As always, I'm grateful for you to be here with me on Cultivating Kindness with Karen, and I so look forward to sharing with you again next week here on the Inspired Choices Network. Have a wonderful week, everybody, and I look forward to being with you again really soon. The days are going to fly by when you're having lots of fun.
Thank you for listening to Cultivating Kindness with Karen. Karen Leslie returns Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Mountain, 11 a.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can find Karen at KarenLeslie.ca and follow her on social media. Until next Wednesday, Karen is sending you waves of kindness for a fabulous week. Remember, it's only you who has the power to be and receive the kindness required to change your life.